Hey, student loan borrowers, this fact check is for you. From student loan repayment pauses to cancellation of student loans, the Verify team is here to answer your questions about student loan forgiveness. Here are the sources we use to answer these questions. Okay, first up, when did the student loan repayment pause start and what does it do? The pause began in March 2020 with the passage of the CARES Act. It suspended all payments due for federal student loans, stopped the accrual of interest on those loans, and suspended involuntary collections on those loans. The pause does not, however, apply to private student loans, which constitute 8.4% of the outstanding student loan debt in the US. So what happens when the pause ends? Borrowers will be notified of the date their payments will resume by the Secretary of Education, and they'll be given the opportunity to enroll in income-driven repayment plans. So when will the pause end? Well, recently the Biden administration extended the pause through August 31st, 2022. But the White House could continue to extend the pause beyond that date if it chooses. This is our most popular question. Does the government have the authority to forgive student debt? The federal government can choose to forgive federal student loan debt, but not private student loan debt. That's because federal student loans are funded by the government, whereas private student loans are funded by outside entities that set their own terms and conditions. Biden pledged to forgive $10,000 in student loans for each borrower while he was on the campaign trail, and some congressional Democrats proposed forgiving $50,000 for each student. But neither of those two things have happened. So the natural question is, how much student debt has been forgiven by the Biden administration? In February, the Department of Education announced that the Biden administration had discharged $16 billion in loans for 680,000 borrowers since the start of Biden's term. But that just accounts for 1% of the total federal student debt in the US. The Education Data Initiative says 43.4 million Americans still owe $1.6 trillion in federal student loan debt. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Till.